Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Randy. Now's the time I do a commercial break. Now's the time I give you the opportunity to like, dislike, subscribe, comment, do something to engage with the show so that we can reach more people and grow the family. Now back to our regular scheduled program. Crazy stuff in the news. Crazy stuff in the news, man. Eddie Hearns, Oscar De La Hoya. Man, these guys are just unbelievable. But this is what I see. Nobody's really talking about how fast karma come back to bite you. We all know that Eddie Hearn blocked the fight with Devin and forgot the guy's name. The guy with the belt. Start with a C. Guy. Got a brain fart, but y'all know who I'm talking about. He blocked the fight for whatever reason. I think it was because the guy couldn't beat Devin. He didn't want to lose his belt, because in this business, I always say, if you're not a belt holder, you really not nothing but a second runner up. You don't get checked for like the ones that's holding the belt. So he blocked the fight. He throwed up all these hurdles and Bill them did all they could do to make the fight. And eventually they just gave up and said, you know what, we're not even gonna pursue the fight. But some kind of way, it always end up, if he blocked this fight and they going cherry picking, sometimes cherry picks go wrong and the belt still end up in the hand that it's supposed to end up in. You can't protect it forever just because you decide to take a fight that's less dangerous as the fight that you avoided. Doesn't mean that you can't lose the belt. And then if he lose the belt, the guy probably gonna turn around and fight Devin anyway. So if it's meant for Devin to get the belt, he gonna get the belt. If it's not, it's just not. I don't have a dog in the fight, so it don't matter to me. I just want to see a good fight. But what I'm saying is how karma come around so fast. I just took notice that Eddie Hearn blocked the fight with Devin for no reason, instead of the best fighting the best. And at the same time, Oscar has just ducked the fight with Jerron Boots Ennis. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that ironic? Maybe somebody else out there will elaborate on it a little more than I am. But ain't that ironic? Oscar De La Hoya just did the same thing to Eddie Hearns that he did to Bill Haney. We need to start holding these fighters, promoters, managers, and whoever else feet to the fire when it comes to these fighters. We know Eddie was blatantly ducking Devin because he know his guy couldn't beat Devin. We know this. So he's trying to find somebody he can beat. On the same token, Oscar know his guy can't beat Boots. He know he can't. He know FTs can't beat Boots. So he's ducking. But see, the problem we have in this sport is the content creators, the fans, instead of calling it a duck, if we don't like Boots, we make excuses for Oscar ducking Boots. Instead of us holding Eddie feet to the fire, we make excuses for Eddie ducking Devin because we don't like Devin. Let's just report the news, man, because we see this going on. And long as we biased and one-sided and not holding the feet to the fire, they're able to do whatever it is they choose to do with our backing. With our backing. YouTubers don't make fighters. No matter how much you think, you may say something and it might come to fruition. They wasn't listening to you. You ain't got no dog in the fight. You ain't got no skin in the game. So you ain't making no fights. You just happen to want to fight and it come to fruition. You're not making no fights. But what we can do is shine light on these situations like what's going on now. And if more content creators get on board with calling this stuff out, because everybody out here can make videos on it and it'll be more said about it. But too many of us saying, oh, he copying off me, she copying off me, or whatever the case may be. So we're not elaborating on it, and it just falling to the wayside. That's how we could change the game, by commenting on it and not being jealous of each other, or not being a hater, or not thinking somebody copying off them, or not saying I don't watch other content creators and all of this. I watch content creators. I'm driving a truck. I don't have time to research and all that. So what I do instead of leaving it in the comment, when I see somebody that inspires me, I try to make a video instead of leaving it in the comments. Yeah, I watch a lot of guys out there. Shout out to my buddy Greg and Jason, Angry Man Podcast. Greg sent me my first thumbnail when I started my YouTube channel. It ain't big. It is what it is. It might get big one day and it may not, but it's not the source of my income, so it doesn't matter. I just like being able to get on here and share my view. So shout out to them. I watch a lot of guys because they're news reporters. So I'm trying to get the news so that I can put my 2 cents in. But let's come together and report this news, man, and shed light on some of the crooked things they're doing in the boxing game, and put the pressure on them to cause them to not just come out and give us whatever they want to give us, or say whatever they want to say to us and we take it, or so that we can be able to educate the casual fans, are the ones that don't really follow boxing like we do. They're looking for news. Let's give them news and not just give them our biased opinion. Let's call it like we see it, man. And like I said, Common came back to bite Eddie in his butt, because you want to block Devin from getting a shot at a belt. Now, Oscar has blocked you from giving Boots a shot, even though he don't have a belt, but giving Boots a shot. And you could tell it was a duck because he got out of there real fast. He didn't even give him time to respond. He was out of there. So, with that being said, drop something in the comment for me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe, man. If you take the time to watch it, at least subscribe to me, man. It don't cost you nothing. It ain't putting no money in my pocket. Just subscribe to me, man, to help the family grow. With that being said, we're out of here like last year.